Hello, welcome to Healthy Body by Sophie, where we move our body in fun ways. And right now, today, we are indoor in my studio. It is beautiful outside, but that's where we are. Tomorrow we'll be on the water, so stay tuned for more videos. So right now, we are going to work with the foam roller, right now we're going to be working with a Bosu ball. As I noticed that I have not used this in my prior video. I was gonna use this for something and I didn't. Well, I guess it will be the topic of another video. I can include it in something else. So here with the Bosu ball, we did work in the prior video or prior exercise. Not sure how we're gonna set all this up on YouTube so far, but we're using the Bosu ball right now. We're going to incorporate a bit of a downward dog pose, which is good for opening the chest, relaxing the shoulder blades, stretching them, learning to bring those shoulder blades and shoulders away from our head and ears, elongating our neck, and at the same time opening, like going into this position, which makes you go into an interior tilt, lifting this part of your body, of your buttocks, up towards the sun, towards the sky, and elongating your hip tissues and your stomach as well. So in a very soft and neutral way. So there's no further ado, let's get on to this. So I'm gonna start, actually we're gonna start kind of into like a frog position, and I'll show you why. So you're gonna go like this. So if it is something that's really difficult for you to do, you might want to just work on that. This is actually using the Bosu ball, the regular big yoga ball. The full ball is not possible to work on that. But if you're someone who has really the restricted range of motion in your hip flexor, that's something that might be a good option for you. You can even put towels over top of this. Let me grab one here. I'm not gonna leave it on because of what we're gonna be doing afterward. We'll see. I've not tried. Maybe it's fine. It makes it a bit softer and easier. Otherwise, you have the roughness of this here that kind of gets rough onto your skin, onto your thighs, and why go through that if you can make it a bit softer like this. Alrighty, so here my legs are, my heels are not touching each other or in that direction. I have my heels more pointing out, so I'm more like at a 90-degree angle. It doesn't have to be 90-degree angle, whatever your comfort is, but try not to be all the way in with your feet, because as a result it's gonna put your hip into an external rotation, and unfortunately too many of us go into external rotation of our hips. So we want to neutralize it by bringing our feet more pointing outwards, so that it is in the exact position that I'm showing you right now. So again, figure out what your degree is comfortable. You can be more higher up on here, you can be more lower. It's gonna kind of move around. You're gonna keep shifting as you get more loose into the different tissues of the hips and your thighs, hip girdle and thigh. If you feel a bit cramping here and there or tightening, sometimes I feel it in my hamstring, sometimes in my calf. Just go slow, make sure you hydrate, in an area that's super humid or hot, where you're losing so much sweat and salt that you're getting too dehydrated and lacking nutrients. So just always go gradually with everything you do. So here I have a flex into my left calf because I was feeling a little bit of a achiness where that, if you do go hard too much, and I was lifting heavy weight, which I don't lift weight at all, believe it or not. Ask me how I do it to be the way I am at 49, almost 57 years old. That's gonna be explained over a long period of time, because it really is a lifestyle. What I do doesn't require, I don't use weight except my day-to-day activity, picking up whatever that you have to do as a mother, wife, and business owner and whatnot, and massage therapist that I am. All of those activities I'm doing is more resistance work, but not necessarily lifting weight or dumbbells kind of thing. I never do that, believe it or not. Already, not that I could not, but I don't. already. So so here you're in this position. By now my muscles have even relaxed even more. I've done that a few times today already. As I keep doing it each time, I feel my hips opening a little bit better, my muscles relaxing a bit further. So don't really get discouraged. Do not actually at all, because it takes time and practice. I've been practicing on this floor on and off for quite a few hours now. Doing some reversing without the camera on, and now it's on. And so there we go. So here now my hips are a lot more open, nice and relaxed. The towel that I just decided to use is actually a big help, because it's not creating as much friction and hurting, you know, through my skin with this part over there on the Bosu ball. So now from here, let's continue. We're gonna put our hands down onto the floor of the Bosu ball. So now this is more relaxed. So you may have to start here. Being straight up like here might not be, so my knees now, right now I'm touching completely on the floor because everything is relaxing, opening up. If you're not there, you might be more up here at first, and this is really all you can do, right? So you see what you can do, and then slowly your hips will open up and relax. And then if you want, you can move back a bit so that your feet are completely touching all the way up to your knees to the floor, or to the inside of your knee anyway. But it's relaxed, you took time to do it, and you went back and forth between starting wherever you are, whether it's up top and you're kind of here, you know, and you can manage it, and you have towels, but you're not gonna stay like this the whole time I just spoke. And then eventually you, whether it's during that session or over time, over weeks or days, that's what happens when you practice it. So now from this position, from wherever you're starting, you could start even just here. That's maybe where you're starting. That's maybe all you can do. I know some people, that's probably all they're gonna be doing, and I'm gonna put them to the test and see how they're going with that. And then slowly they may eventually relax where they can be over here. So here I'm not arching in my back at all, even though that's, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to arch from here, from the hip. You're supposed to hinge, but there is always a bit of arcing of the back when you come up like this, but really it's more from here that you're doing it, and that's stretching your hip flexors. So if your hip flexors are super tight, that's why you're not gonna be able to do that, okay? And that's why many people can't do that. In addition to the hip flexor, it could be also the adductor. So the combination of the two makes it that a position like this may be impossible for someone, and they will be starting right here, just like that at first, because that's all they can do, and that's completely fine. So from here, just relax as far as your body will let you. Have your core nice and strong. You're gonna go put your toes down like this, and then you're gonna put your arms closer to the Bosu ball. So you're still like this, you know, you're now lifting your torso straight up. You're gonna go into a plank. So here, and then you're gonna come up. So you could start here actually first. So when you're here, you could come up here, go into a plank. So it's not 90 degrees, but that's okay. Eventually you go to that. And then you go closer, a bit closer to the ball. Again, my elbow is bent on my right side because I can't straighten the wrist all the way, but you work with what you got. We've talked about that in previous video by now, where my right wrist has restricted extension, and then therefore I have to work with that at times. That means that my elbow will be bent. And back to plank. Move your arms away from you, from the Bosu ball, and drop your hips down on the Bosu ball. Open the hips out to the side, let your knees drop to the floor if you can. Keep your feet flexed, and then slowly come up, put your hands closer to you, then put them on to the Bosu ball if you can. And then if you can't do that and be all the way up, then eventually what I want you to do is put your arms out and just open. So you're gonna tilt that pelvis here to engage. See what I'm doing? So just like this. Here you go like this, okay? And you could add your arms, go up and pull back. So as you do this, or you can go here, just here and pull back. All right, so all the way up you can go. That's gonna make you engage your arm muscles. It's gonna make, even though there's no resistance, it still will make your latissimus muscle, dorsal, and then the shoulder blades muscle back there, the sit muscles. It's gonna make them contract, and then as you lean back, it's gonna make them engage. Okay, so here, you can go this way, just like that. As you lean back, you bring your arms up and hold it. Breathe out and back down. So you can do that a few times and then go back to the floor. So now you're giving a break to the back, push your tummy in and bring your arms back closer to the Bosu ball. Anchor your heels, toes into the floor and go up into downward dog pose. Stretch your shoulders downward and back toward your feet. And if that's awkward, you can have your arms a bit further apart or make it that you like this. You know, your head is gonna kind of go your forehead is gonna go onto the Bosu ball, but that's okay. And then actually it's a bit of a resistance, which is okay. It's gonna make you engage your core even more. Drop those shoulder blades down. Pull those ischial through here up toward the sun and sky. Breathe in, exhale, pull back, and drop back into plank, and drop your hips down onto front of your body onto the Bosu ball and drop back. If you can't, then that's okay, just go wherever you can. If you can't go any higher, then slowly make yourself go more in this position and breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And flex your heels, especially if you want to prevent any cramping of your calves or your hamstring. Exhale. Exhale. You also could go to the side, okay? It's okay. Exhale. Have your thumbs up, just to keep that opening of the chest. Good. And look with your eyes where the ceiling meets the wall. And go back forward onto plank. And down to downward dog pose, moving your arms back. Breathe in and exhale, push back into the floor with your feet, with your heels. Pulling the buttocks muscles up, the bony structures up towards the sun. Chest downward toward your feet and your hips. And back down, move your arms forward into plank and drop your hips down. Move your hands back closer to the Bosu ball, drop your hips down, knees down, flex your heels, come up if you can. And again, you can go arms out to the side, breathe in, breathe out. So I want to be more up higher here as opposed to letting the full impact of your knees against the floor. You might want to be a little bit higher so that you're putting less pressure on your knees and you're allowing for more of a stretching of your inner thigh as you do this one here. As long as you have your sturdy surface here and that you're not slipping with your feet, then just stay in that position. Or if you can be this way, if you prefer this way, to keep actually your ankles more in an alignment as opposed to be externally rotated. I actually would recommend here or here actually. But again, if it's causing cramping of your calves or hamstring or glutes possibly, then just see whatever you need to do. You might not want to be going in that position that far. Breathe out and breathe out. In, breathe out, in, and this way. So my thumbs go here and back. And if it puts stress in your knees, then just don't go as far. Pull in as well. You can put resistance, you can relax, but you also can put resistance in to really keep everything engaging as you go back. That's actually a good one to do. You can do it either way, but if you engage, you're gonna keep this toned, and as a result, it might make it for a safer back if you tend to let go of your tummy muscles, because you still can have your tummy engaged even if your legs are not engaged. But if you're having trouble engaging the core, then maybe engage your glute muscle and squeeze your legs down into the Bosu ball so that it protects your core and your back if you have weakness there. And up. And you don't have to bring your arms all the way up, you can just be in front of you and down. Okay, and then from here I'm just gonna stay right here and I'm gonna stretch here. So this one is much easier. So if you're not able to do that downward dog pose on the floor like I did earlier, you could just take it to here instead, and then just go side to side, knees bent, and kind of wiggle side to side your body, and look in front of you, and then round and back straight, round and back straight, round and straight back. Keep your head relaxed in between your shoulders, between your arms, and now we're going to alternate one knee bent. You could do it with your knees bent, I suppose, but the idea is to do it with knees straight. So if you're having pain into your heel from doing that, then I suggest you put shoes on to do that first of all, and second of all, to get cushiony. Second of all, you use a towel, however thick you want the towel, just to give you that extra cushiony. But this is a really important exercise to do, so I highly suggest you do this one. So you could be more here if you want to be able to go further. As long as you have you can make the towel as wide as you want. And keep your arms like this. Actually, that's really good to have it on the Bosu ball with your arms extended as far as you can to keep that tilt. So here you're going in this position. And bend. So now we're incorporating the exercise we did with the last exercise we did. We'll see if it's going to go in this video. Probably in the previous video we put that, and then go up and use a Bosu ball this way. And it's to incorporate, so you can hold on the little groove here to help yourself to be sturdy here, and up. You can go up on your toe and back down, alternating both sides. And from here, go as far down as you can without moving your hand, and then open to the side with your hand, putting your arms between your knees, and hold there. Put your arms up and back down, up on your heels and toes, heels and toes, heels and toes. So here your back is not quite straight, it goes a bit rounded. So you go into that posterior tilt. Here you go into more that interior tilt. You can alternate both sides. It's really good to floss the if you have any so here, let's come up, put your arms up and slowly bring yourself up. If it's too difficult to come up like this, you could come down to the floor. And then get yourself up this way. So then you're standing here and then come up. So there's a few options of standing up as well, depending on how your back feels. All right, so this is a bit of a different version here. I hope you enjoyed all of these little exercises. Yes, I was gonna say that that last exercise was a flossing, specifically the one when you go like this. This one is okay to do, but really this one for nerve flossing is very important. So that will help you prevent a lot of issues pretty much through the whole body, definitely in your gluteal muscles, piriformis muscle, even going all the way to sometimes IT band and hamstring pain or calf pain, such as your soleus muscle, your gastrocnemius muscle, and including even plantar fasciitis, where you can have as well a tight Achilles tendon. Okay, so this covered a lot of things, a lot of words was just thrown at you right now, but as we go along, we keep making different videos, so stay tuned, get informed, check around through the network of YouTube. There's so much out there. Just make sure you always listen to your body and take steps one at a time, very slow if you need to. Don't rush through exercises that you are the only one really to have control of, because no one is there to see what you're doing, to give you advice, because everybody has a different body, and as a result there's always modifications that need to be happening. So if you go slow and you go in tune with your body, you ground yourself, even just sit on the floor and just listen to your body and say, where is my body hurting right now? What is my body feeling right now? And then go through all these emotions, and then from there you can make better choices to get your body feeling looser, more flexible, happier, and more energetic or relaxed, depending on what it is that your body needs at the time. Alrighty, thank you so much from wherever you are out there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Until next time, namaste. You did amazing. Keep up the good work. I'll see you on the next episode of Healthy Body by Sophie.